mean, I guess that's the answer to the jiu-jitsu. You know,
Just turned, made eye contact, and I got nervous. I legitimately.
Perfect.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. The timing on that could not have been more perfect.
I'm coming for you. You better be ready.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hammers Lounge, your MMA comedy drinking show. We are your hosts, Kyle Tyson and
And
Kurt.
I'm Kurt. Hey, I can introduce myself. All right. I mean, come on.
Okay, we'll try it again. Welcome to
Well, no,
Hammers
no,
Lounge.
We can try next time. All right. We don't have to. We're already ahead of the schedule.
Retake it. Let's do a retake.
No. There's no retakes, man. We're live.
Ah, shit, we're live. Okay.
I think so.
Anyways, man, thank y'all for joining us on Hammers Lounge. Once again, yeah, this is we do an MMA show, me and my brother here, where we like to go ahead and have a couple drinks, try to make each other laugh, and also keep you guys up to date what's going on in the MMA world. More specifically, mostly UFC. We'll talk Bellator if something big's happening there. Maybe if something big is going down in ONE FC. I do want to touch on a little bit tonight. We'll get into PFL, who just announced their two upcoming tournaments, which one of them includes former UFC champion Anthony Pettis. So they announced his tournament, I think today.
Yeah,
So-
he did. He did just jump ship pretty recently, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he did. Like, I think
Yeah,
we
Bellator.
talked about it.
No, we did, but it's it's funny. PFL's already announcing theirs. Bellator hasn't announced anything yet. You know, nobody knows what's going on over there.
They're still trying to find an island.
Yeah.
No.
PFL though, I mean, hey, they're sticking with it.
Oh yeah, man.
It's funny to see, you know, these other organizations still kind of thriving a little bit. UFC is trying to put that monopoly on the business, you know. So it's good to see other places still doing good.
There's always gonna, whenever you have a juggernaut in anything, there's always gonna be a demand for smaller organizations for an alternative.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah.
have a different, in something to stand out. I like how PFL does their fights in seasons. They're not year round. They come out, they launch a tournament. Once that tournament's over, there's an off season, downtime. So
it is an interesting way that they've a cool spin that they've put on the game. It's cool to see these organizations though, because I mean, they really can breed great talent. I mean, look at Justin Gaethje. He came from World Series of Fighting. I don't even know if they exist anymore.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, but there's so other smaller names, they can actually get some recognition, and then like always, UFC just picks them up, and then they go to Bellator eventually.
Yeah, these guys just know where to follow. Speaking of following, you can follow us on Twitter at Hammers Lounge. Myself at the Kai Tai Show. Kurt, do you know your own Twitter handle yet?
It's Hammer MMA, right?
Yes, at Hammer MMA.
Something like that.
It's kind of like, remember, like Jeopardy. You have to answer in the form of a question, except in this case,
What
you just
is
say
Hammer MMA?
so maybe not quite that, but another thing you can do to help support us and follow us, we do have a YouTube channel in case you miss any of our live streams. Head on over to YouTube, search for Hammers Lounge. We don't have a custom URL yet, but when you do look for us, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Once we get to 100 subscribers, we'll have that nice custom URL. Until then, if you ever want to catch our live streams, make sure to check us out. Usually we'll shoot either at 9:30 on
Something like that.
Yeah, Tuesday evenings Eastern time over on twitch.tv/The Kai Tai Show. I guess we've been doing this long enough. May have to rebrand. I think the only thing I'm using my Twitch channel for at this point is this. I game on it maybe twice a month. You know,
Now I was thinking, can you use the VR with it on Twitch?
on Twitch, there is a way. Yes, there is a way for me to stream VR.
Because
But
I mean, man, people are probably eating that up.
I don't know. So I mean, we'll talk. Actually, this is a good thing. We'll talk VR. You and I just
Yeah,
finally.
why not?
Well, I finally
not?
got mine.
We'll plug Population One once or twice. It's a fun it's a fun game.
Oh
It's a
man,
fun game. VR, man, it's crazy.
uh,
MMA podcast. We're talking about VR 5 minutes in.
yeah. No, yeah.
Wait, we gave him a disclaimer though. It's like, yeah, I mean, we may not. Who knows?
We'll talk about some. No, actually, listen. If you want to know what's on board for tonight, before we get too sidetracked and fucked up, I'm drinking tequila. What are you drinking?
Oh, I got my old Sam Adams here. I got old Boston Lager.
You couldn't sound more like an old man. You're gonna be in your 40s, looking back at you like when you're 20, be like, "God damn it, what's wrong with you? You should have lived. You should have said
Hey, man.
YOLO. You should have
Yeah.
said. You should have said fam.
I'm
more."
drinking fucking White Claw, dude. Over here. No, I can't. I can't.
Oh man.
Sam Adams. I'll stick with the old
Oh.
Sammy.
So on board tonight, let's get into the official voice. We're going to be covering, previewing
Tonight on
UFC
Hammers Live.
Fight Night, Overeem Volkov. We're going to cover
For the Super Bowl, a little
Gaethje.
appetizer for the Super Bowl.
Yes. Gaethje says if Conor gets the title shot, I quit. We'll talk about Gaethje's comments and the lightweight division all
Actually,
together.
I didn't hear about that. I should've
Yeah,
done my
Super
homework.
Bowl predictions as well. A famous sports commentator says he doesn't want to see women fighting in the octagon. And then also a former title contender has announced his retirement today as well. UFC title contender, that is. So
I am behind schedule, man.
all
I
of
did not
these
get the memo.
stories, all of these stories and then some to come tonight. But yeah, back to VR titties.
They are great. They are great. All right.
No.
what
Population
we got?
one.
It's I don't know. It's I don't understand how people are obscenely good at that already. It's like trying to jump into Call of Duty lobby without ever playing it. It's like people are flying around shooting you in midair. Like,
It's
wait,
been out a while, man.
yeah, but I mean, still, it's VR. I can only imagine these motherfuckers sitting in the living room just spazzing out. Like, I mean, hey, they're good
It's
though.
good, man.
I'm just sitting there trying to have a good time, and they're like no scoping, score flying me.
It's
I
it's
don't know
like
the actual
anything else, man.
terminology.
There's gonna be people that are just ridiculously good.
That's how it is nowadays. You get a game online, and there's always going to be people that are just too good at it. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to have a good time, man. It's like this. I thought it was cool just shooting a gun in VR.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with Population One, it is a fully immersive VR battle royale. 6 teams of 3, so only 18 people to the battle
Advantage.
royale, but the map is smaller and the games are very well paced. If there's anything to knock against it, like you're saying, matchmaking is non-existent. They just throw you in matches.
They threw you to the wolves. Yeah.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe there is matchmaking. It's just, But
If you're a fan of video games, man, I highly recommend the Oculus. I mean, you may have to be tethered to your Facebook the entire time, but
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I heard
It's pretty cool.
they're working on a way to jailbreak it.
Yeah,
Get Facebook out of the picture.
I mean that would be nice.
Yep.
I've
They're working
heard
on
they're
it.
already working on a third one though. It's like,
Oh,
come on,
I mean, well,
just
that's like
bought this
any
one.
that's like any tech. They're
Yeah.
just gonna keep pumping it. You know what I mean? When I get my
But,
commission
hey,
check this month,
whatever.
I'm buying the whole pro setup, whatever.
They have like vests and shit like that.
Oh, I'm good on that, man. I'm good.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what the pro setup is.
I don't know either. I saw it and I was
Hey,
like,
man.
maybe I just I'm terrible with money, so I'll buy it.
Yeah, right.
Also played Beat Saber the other night. Played Beat Saber for a while. The game is intense. It's
You're saying it was a little more chaotic than you expected.
it was I honestly was like, how hard can this be? And then turns out very fucking hard.
We're not as nimble as we used to be.
It's not even that, man. reaction
dude,
speed, reacting right. Like last night, I was getting it. Don't get me wrong. Like last night, I was falling into a groove. I felt more comfortable than I had like been playing it. But even then, like there's just levels to it, man. Beat Saber's no joke, man. It's a lot of fun though. You'll definitely have to get it on yours. I found out. So what they do is they have their own original library, which is good stuff. Their music isn't like cheesy music. They have good stuff in there, but it's then like you can buy music packs as well. Like they got the Linkin Park pack. They got Imagine Dragons.
Linkin Park pack.
Yeah, they got BTS, which I hear is a very popular band.
I've never heard of them.
It's like this Korean boy band that like teenage girls just lose their shit for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's fun.
I don't know. I've seen them, but I don't know. I just don't know. I'm out of touch with pop culture, man.
Yeah, me too.
Anyways,
me too.
VR, bro.
I'm the oldest young person you'll ever meet. Unfortunately, it's like I was just born a bitter old man.
I love that joke. No. Someone told me, they're like, you know, when someone calls a kid an old soul, they're just really saying that, damn, that is a boring child.
Yeah, no, I can relate to that sometimes. I'm like, man, am I just a regular guy? Am I just fucking boring? I'm starting to bore myself. Jesus.
Oh man. So what have you been up to, Kurt?
I mean, I've been doing this podcast lately. It's called Hammers Lounge. I don't know if you've heard of it. Every Tuesday, 9:00. I can plug my podcast on my podcast, right?
I mean, yeah, no one's stopping you.
Yeah, I'm an adult. I can do what I want.
Could you imagine going to a concert though? Like going to like just going
and the lead
to
singer,
like
all of a sudden
a Godsmack concert, you know, and then like in the middle of their set, be like, "Hey, everybody, just want to let you know, if you haven't heard, we're Godsmack."
We're Godsmack.
Like, you told us like 30 minutes ago. You told us you're Godsmack.
Yeah.
In case in the middle of Wakakaka, you forgot. Oh wait, that's not Godsmack. That's Disturbed.
Is
anyways.
That Wakakaka? That's a great impression.
Thank you.
I knew exactly what you were talking about. Yeah. I mean, dude, I knew exactly what you were talking about. Jesus Christ, fucking 20 minutes in. You know what we're not talking about is MMA. Fucking MMA podcast.
Let's talk about UFC Fight Night. Overeem versus Volkov.
Yeah, that is this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's Overeem, man. When you think about him, like, how is he not retired yet? I mean, this guy, we were watching him fight in Pride.
Dude, he's a walking billboard for CTE.
Yeah, I mean, he's been knocked out countless times. I mean, Ngannou, I don't know if, for our listeners, I don't know if you've ever seen that knockout, but he was knocked, dead. Toe was curled up. He was scary. And the guy was posting on Twitter 2 hours later, like, all right, yeah, short fight, didn't take any damage, and get back to the grind, ready for the next one. It's like, I really think this guy needs to be checked out even more. Like,
yeah,
no damage.
I don't know, man.
And that's happened several times, man. He's been
he gets
put away
knocked
pretty
out
bad several times. But at the same time, though, he's actually kind of on a rise. You know, his last few fights, you know, he's got the wins. So,
well, he's a guy that he gets to a certain level, and then he gets knocked out, sent back down the ladder. He keeps all of his skills. Like, that's the wonderful thing about heavyweights is you don't have to rely on agility and speed. Your technique and experience can take you a very long time in the heavyweight division, like longevity. Look at Randy Couture, man. He's a perfect example. Won the heavyweight championship at 44 years old.
Yeah. I was just reading something the other day. He was saying that the UFC wasn't too happy with him because basically they didn't want him to beat Chuck the first time.
Yeah.
I forget.
That's obvious.
I forget what he said. He said he was a fly in the ointment, is what he was quoted saying.
Nice.
That he just, dude. I read this a couple of days ago. Yeah. So I'm not surprised. But
any promotion, you want to build stars. Chuck was surging. He was the star. He was the poster boy. You know.
And Chuck was never the type to sit on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he never wanted to wait for a fight. He just wanted to fight.
It's
So
kind
he
of
was
like
kinda one
Damian
of
Maya.
those-
You think if Damian Maya won that welterweight title that UFC really wanted him to win?
Yeah.
You really think they wanted Damian Maya as their champion? But
Oh
he was
my
still in a
God.
title fight. You know, he was still
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
No, of course they have guys that they don't want to win. You know, it's going to be hard to draw a dime off some of these people, but you have to, at the end of the day, be a sport and not full on WWE.
But man,
But,
Alistair Overeem, though, I feel like, you know, just like Chuck, they want him in the limelight. He has always been a big attraction, man.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude.
And
Look
you've
at
seen
him.
Alistair lately. He's been using his wrestling a lot. I mean, you know, against who was that? The Russian guy, man, who literally submitted two people with was it not the scarf choke, but he submitted them from mount. When he was mounted, he submitted them off the ground. I forget exactly what the submission was called, but
Talking about one of Overeem's more recent fights?
yeah. I think I think he fought him. I think probably 2 fights ago. He was a Russian guy, and so you know, obviously, he uses takedown defense, you know, against that guy, and kind of weathered a storm.
He hasn't submitted anybody.
No, I'm talking about the guy that he fought specialized in some crazy submissions.
Oh, Augusto
And
Saki
Alistair.
or Sakai.
And he had to no, not him.
Not Sakai?
I can't remember the guy's name. He was a Russian guy, and he has just one of those crazy.
Olenek. Alexei Olenek.
Yes,
who,
Alexei Olenek.
He has the like that reverse arm triangle that he does.
Yeah, I can't
the
remember
bottom.
what it's called, but it's usually only used with a gi, but somehow he pulled it off twice in the UFC while mounted. So, you know, yeah, obviously, my point is Alistair had to use, you know, his takedown defense against that guy and pound him out. But since then, Curtis Blades and wait, no. Oh my God, it was the other guy,
Walt Harris.
Walt Harris. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Walt
The
Harris
Ezekiel
definitely
choke, by the way.
Yes, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
As well. And Walt Harris, man, definitely had to use his wrestling in that. And so I really think he's trying to fight smart because he really knows this is his last chance for UFC Gold, man. If he wins this fight against Volkov, that's really going to put him in title contention.
At this point, I'm giving up on when his last anything. Like
Yeah,
I feel like this
The
man
guy
is
is
going to be
over
the
50
first
fights.
I feel like he's just going to be like Overeem might die in the ring, dude. Let's be honest with you. Like this guy, how
It's
many
weird, though,
times can you
because-
get knocked out? Like you see people get knocked out like a couple times at the end of their career and they call it quits. Overeem's been getting knocked out cold since Pride. This
Yeah.
man's been
Oh, yeah.
snoring
His-
in the ring since
basically
fucking
his entire
Pride
career,
FC.
and it's in the immediate, you know, downfall of these fighters that were knocked out later in their careers. You know, Silva, Chuck Liddell. We saw it happen immediately, but with Overeem, it's like I don't understand really how he's still going. Like because he still looks good.
Yeah.
If you watch him fight, even nowadays, man, because he's getting up there in age and fights, so he still looks good.
So
I don't know, man.
Let's see how many times he's been knocked
But
out.
God, he's had a long career. It's at least 4 or 5.
Just in
like,
the UFC.
solid.
Just in the UFC, he's been knocked out by Antonio Silva, Travis Brown,
Remember watching that?
Ben
Remember watching
Rothwell. Ben Rothwell knocked him
The
out.
Rothwell was. I mean,
Stipe knocked him out. Then you go into Francis Ngannou, who knocked him out. And then he got knocked out by Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades, it looked like a murder scene with
Yeah,
those
it did.
elbows.
yeah, it did. No, he left Alistair bloodied up on the canvas. I remember that. That was bad.
Rosenstrike fucking tore his lip in half, knocking him out at the end of their fight.
God, that guy has taken a lot of damage in the just in the UFC,
So
hasn't he? Yeah.
UFC alone, he's been TKO'd or knocked out cold 7 times in just the UFC. Spanning
Just shows
all
how much the UFC wants to market him, dude.
Yes.
Just show us how much of a draw he is.
spanning all the way back since 2013. when he got knocked out back to back by Travis Brown and Antonio Silva.
Now, Brown was Brown at before or after? It was after,
So
right?
Brown knocked him out after. He got knocked out by Antonio
That's what I
Silva in
thought.
February and then knocked out by Brown in August.
Yeah, because I remember we watched Antonio knock him out.
Yeah, he
That
was
was awesome.
roided the fuck up too.
Oh my god, talking so much shit before the
He
fight.
ate
too.
those roids like M&Ms, man. Like,
And I mean,
fuck it out.
He talked so much shit before the fight too, saying Antonio was just a
overlooking him.
He said Antonio was a walking punching bag and all that shit. And I mean, for the first 2 rounds, I mean, you know, Alistair did manhandle him, and he had him on the striking, wrestling.
Yeah.
But man, you saw late in that second, you were like, "Oh, he's getting a little slower. He's getting a little slower." And then early in the first, God. And I love how it was slow. It wasn't slow, but it was like just a good 20, 30 seconds of just pure like, oh my God.
So who do you have between Overeem and Volkov?
Honestly, man, I mean, if Overeem can take him down and do what he's been doing for a little while, he'll probably take the fight with Volkov. But the thing is, if Volkov can either survive or get that takedown defense, Volkov will outstrike him. Volkov is a great striker, but not so much more of a ground guy. You know, he's just a really tall striker. You know, his nickname's Drago for a reason.
Yeah, he's the guy that famously got knocked out by Derek Lewis at the end of owning them, and then Derek Lewis
and he was
that
killing Derek Lewis.
post-fight.
The only reason that fight kept going is because Derek Lewis just is a monster. Like, that guy can take a shot, and as long as you don't hit him in the body, he's going to keep going.
He's dangerous.
You know?
He's dangerous. 15 minutes in a 3-round fight. He's dangerous for 25 minutes in a 5-round fight.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's hard to put him away, you know. But God, that was a great knockout too. That was on the
It's one of
Conor
my
and
favorites.
that was on the Conor and Khabib card, where all hell broke loose.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was, wasn't it?
Yep. Talk
Um,
about Khabib. I heard apparently Khabib's trainer is saying there was no way he'll ever fight McGregor again, and he's telling Khabib to hold out for a GSP match or retire. That's it.
we'll talk about that once we talk about the lightweight picture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no worries.
we'll save it for the lightweight picture.
It's just all kind of blends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I say
I think my pick, my overall pick though, because that ultimately.
Yeah,
was
that's where
the
we're
question.
going.
I think Alistair's going to grind out a decision win. I think Alistair's going to try to go on the feet with him with a little bit, but he's going to, he'll get tagged a couple times and realize like, oh shit, okay, this fight means a lot, and I think he's going to go for the takedown. He'll probably get it.
Nice. Let's work our way down the card here. Co-main event. Frankie Edgar coming off of
Frankie, God, he's getting up there, man.
coming off of a win over Munoz. Taking on Corey Sandhagen.
Sandhagen is no slouch, dude.
Yeah,
That's why I'm a
famously
little
knocked
nervous for
out-
this fight.
Yeah, he knocked out most recently Moraes with that spinning back kick.
Mm-hmm.
Moraes was supposed to tear through this division, man, and become champ. Yeah, so Sandhagen's a
It
dangerous.
was crazy seeing the look of doubt on Moraes' face when he was getting hit, man. Sandhagen. This is
No
going to be a
joke,
tough
man.
fight for Frankie.
Yeah. Always believe in Frankie. Edgar's only number 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's still ranked
Yeah, it
number 4
seems-
in the division.
his past couple of years hasn't been really good to him, man. He was knocked out by Ortega.
Yeah, that's where it
He's had
started.
He's had a couple, good decision wins, but ever since he lost that title, man, he hasn't really been looking like the same Frankie. But I mean, dude,
You
Frankie
can't,
all
you
the
can't
way,
go to
though.
war for so many years, man. And
and that's exactly what it was. Every fight he was in, from way back in the day, fighting Tyson Griffin, back in the day, every fight has just been a 3-round, 5-round war, So it's
looking at their
God.
body types, Sandhagen really looks like a tall, lanky fighter. Truth be told, although he's a whopping 5 inches taller than Frankie,
Jesus.
his reach
Is that
is
how
only
big the difference is?
no, his reach is only 2 inches longer in his punches. And
But I'm saying the height difference. I didn't realize that.
yeah, no, Sandhagen's a tall guy. You can tell that easily.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's 5'11". But like I said, his reach is 70 inches compared to Frankie's 68, and his leg reach is 40 inches compared to Frankie's 37.5. So he's really only got about a 2-inch reach on him, whichever way you put it.
Yeah. Just either way, though, Frankie has always struggled against taller fighters.
Yeah.
He really has. He specializes with fighters that are around his size because he's so he's like Demetrius Johnson. He's quick on his feet. You know, he can pop and get out of there. You know, but taller fighters, man, he struggles. So I think in my heart's with Frankie, man. Frankie all day. I've always been a fan of him. But if I was a betting man, I'm pretty sure Sandhagen's he's probably gonna put him away.
Well, you know what we're gonna.
But before we've seen Frankie take these guys down and pound them out for three rounds. Yair Rodriguez, the guy who just murdered
Cham Sung Jung.
no, not Chan Sung Jung, Jeremy Stevens.
Oh yeah, and BJ
He just
Penn.
murdered and BJ Penn. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
who didn't murder BJ Penn? BJ just God.
BJ
come on.
screwed BJ. All right,
Yeah, he
listen.
did.
Let's go.
No,
I'm
he
gonna
did.
go on
He
record.
was just-
BJ Penn's an overrated has-been slack.
Ooh.
The man
Ooh.
destroyed his own legacy. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Just
why
another
he
case
got,
of a fighter
dude, he
that
got.
fought too long.
He's the only man I've ever known to get pulled from a UFC fight for losing a bar fight. Like Dana White's like, I love you, BJ, but like, there's video of
got
you losing to some bum at a bar. You think I can put you on UFC now after you getting knocked out, like
good
looking
point.
like a sandbag
I feel
against
like you
Frankie
and BJ
Edgar?
Penn have a personal vendetta.
Man. Anyway, sorry. There's my.
I struck a
Sorry.
nerve
Like
there.
I hate. Like I hate BJ.
BJ is a legend
For
but
how he
yes,
treated
fought for too
himself.
long. Yeah, I mean,
It's
mean,
one
you know,
of those.
you
It's
never
kind of
know.
like the John Jones stereotype. You destroyed your own legacy, man. You could have been so much more, man. You could have been
Well, I mean-
so much more.
well, how could he have been so much more? He just fought for too long. You know, he refused to.
No,
believe
he never
time
took
was
his
up,
training
and-
seriously. That's why they called him the prodigy. His whole
No, that's
thing
true.
was he didn't like to train. He
That's
just-
true. No, that is true. I know that.
Yeah, he didn't like to train. He liked to just do like light training. He never took it seriously. And he went in there and had such incredible success. And that success it's one of those classic cases. It went to
That's
his
what
head.
makes him a legend. If he would have just stopped at the appropriate time, he could have walked away. You know, with a little better of a career than he did. But he was just one of those types that didn't want to let it go.
No.
You know, but for what he did though back in the day, I mean, look, dude, Carl Uno, he did the famous just run, came in and knocked the guy out, 15 seconds, ran out of the cage. I mean, that's iconic.
It was like,
You know, BJ Penn. I mean, he was the first, the first to fight in a double, in a champion versus champion fight. He didn't win that fight, but I think he also was the first to be a champion in 2 divisions, other than Randy Couture, something like that. I
he's
think
one
I'm
of them.
getting it all.
No, he is one of the first multi-divisional champs because
Yeah,
he won the
so he
welterweight
did.
strap.
Man, the
After
guy. Whether you look at it, you know, the guy has an accomplished career, but seeing him do the whole Chuck Liddell route on the way out, that was hard, man.
Nah, fuck BJ. I'd fuck BJ up in a fight. Who's your pick? Corey Sandhagen or Frankie Edgar?
I mean, like I said, I feel like Sandhagen's going to catch him.
Yeah,
gonna
damn
catch
it.
him
I
in the
agree with you on
second,
both
put him
these
away.
fights. I was hoping we'd differ somewhere. I'm not going to go through the rest of the card just because I'm not familiar with these guys, and we have a whole show.
We're not
to
going
do.
to talk about Clay Guida and Michael Johnson.
No.
Look at me,
That's
shaking
I'm
my-
working down the card.
Okay, all right. I was about to say,
Yeah, no,
like,
no,
don't
no, no.
don't you rule out Clay Guida?
No,
that guy's a
Actually,
fucking
that is the only other fight I really care to cover.
I mean, yeah,
is Johnson and Clay Guida main
Be
eventing
honest.
the prelims of the evening.
yeah. No, I mean Clay Guida. If you're a fan of MMA, you're a fan of Clay Guida. You know,
Yeah,
the guy's been redlining for 15 years straight. It seems like. when did he debut? I think it was like 2005.
You know what's
2006.
crazy about Guida?
The guy just does not stop. His striking has been subpar his entire career, but it's like
it's
he
tough
makes
to
up for it, man.
it's tough to achieve the level of fandom or that Clay Guida has when you are primarily a wrestler. You know what I mean? Usually,
wrestler, and he's always floated in the middle of the pack his entire career.
yeah,
He got up there a little bit in the top echelon for a little while, but he's always been basically, basically a gatekeeper.
no,
But
exactly.
people
No,
love him,
that's exactly what it
It's
is.
the way he fights, man. He
Oh,
goes in there. And
I forgot he beat BJ Penn back in 2019.
Yeah, he beat
That bum.
I mean, he beat BJ when BJ was a shell of himself.
When BJ was a bum. Don't even
beat Rafael
don't
dos
sugarcoat it, man.
Anjos.
BJ was a bum, and Clay
He's a
Guida
bum,
beat the bum. All right.
BJ jabbed your pants off for about 45 seconds. His gas tank really shit the bed later in his career. I mean, Dennis Seaver boxed him up, dude. Like, I remember Rory McDonald literally telling him to fight back. Like, Rory was lighting him up and just like, dude, fucking fight. Oh, no, that was actually Nick Diaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fight was, I mean, all of his
Nick Diaz was
sad.
pissed about that fight.
Yeah, he was like, dude, fight back. Fight. What are you doing?
Guida's been fighting in the UFC since actually, you know what? Let me guess the event that he debuted on.
UFC 65.
God damn, that's close. 64.
Damn it!
So damn close. Super close.
Because I know it was around that time,
It's
but
so
I can't
far back
remember.
they
'cause
don't
I
even
know-
have graphics for the people that he fought. That's how far back it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
the first notable name he fought was Tyson Griffin at 72.
Yep. Oh, dude, Tyson Griffin. He put on so many good fights with all these, with all kinds of
Dude,
top-level
they don't
fighters.
even have a graphic for Roger Huerta. That's cold, UFC.
Oh,
You can't even
dude,
have a
he was the
graphic
fir-
for Roger
he was
Huerta.
He put them on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah,
The
dude,
first
that's
time
cold.
MMA,
You can't get a
not
fucking
even
graphic.
UFC, MMA, because it was when he fought Clay Guida. You know,
Yeah.
hey, speak of the devil. When he fought Clay Guida, there was a Sports Illustrated writer, and he was supposed to be doing the main event. But the Clay Guida and Roger Huerta fight was so fucking crazy and awesome that, I mean, the writer was like, "Yo, no, I'm doing this one. No, I'm doing this one," and that's bam. That's what he wrote on, and they don't even have a. Yeah, remember when he knocked that guy out on that video? Apparently, the guy was like pushing a woman around or like slapping her up or something.
No, I don't know which one you're talking about.
Roger Huerta? Yeah, he like knocked the guy down and he fucking soccer kicked him. And I mean, slept him like bad.
You said he knocks out who?
To just some guy in a bar fight outside of a bar. The guy was like slapping a woman up or something. And fucking Roger Huerta, you know. Fucking put the hurting on him, dude. Hey, buddy.
Trying to find the video of it.
It's a little aged.
Roger
Guess
Huerta
he is
street
behind.
fight.
Something like that.
Let's see, TMZ.
Yeah, dude, I got
Yeah, some dude clocks a chick. Okay, yeah, big black guy too. Alright. Roger Huerta.
Fucking
Dude, it's hot.
Dude, scuffling. Huerta's like, what the
That guy
fuck?
just knocked the girl out.
Here, let me turn the audio. Let me turn the audio down. Yeah, Huerta's definitely like confused. Like, what the hell did you just do that for? And then let's see where else. The camera
yeah,
pans away
if I
from.
remember
Now
correctly,
at this
you
point,
might-
Huerta's squaring up. Here's the guy who hit the girl. It says,
clocks him with
Huerta
a hook or something,
Che-
just like a short little like bah.
yeah. This dude backs up. They run off camera. Camera guy's trying
Yeah,
to
it was
catch
kind
up.
of. I remember that too. It wasn't like clear on camera, but you can see. I think where you can see where he kicks him.
Hold on. Yeah, no, I mean, okay,
You
so
see
yeah,
where
here's
he
a
puts
circle.
him
The
out.
guy's down. All slow-mo footage. Boom. No, Huerta stomps his head. Yeah, he
All right.
stomps it. And then
Well, that works. That works too.
Let's see, is there any more to it? They cut. Here's a whole bunch of people trying to tend to this dude who is snoring in the middle of the street. Oh shoot,
reminds
man.
me of
Okay,
BJ
yeah.
Penn.
It's definitely. You gotta have a lot of stupidity or a lot of balls to hit a chick outside of a crowded bar. Like, there's already a
I mean,
mob
at that
of
point,
people outside.
You just have a caveman mentality. You're just a piece of shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you gotta know.
Well, no,
I mean,
he's
now,
too
granted,
stupid
I will say
he's
this.
too stupid to realize, like, oh, this is bad. No, he lets. I don't know.
I will say this:
So,
the
I
guy,
feel like it's
the
the time
guy
a
that
person that
swung
just,
on the
you know-
chick was a big dude. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. So he might be used to people not wanting to square up with him,
no.
and that's why he did something so
a trained
reckless
fighter.
and stupid.
So you fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked up, man. Hitting a chick in front of a trained UFC fighter.
Not only a crowd, but one dude in that crowd was a trained UFC fighter.
God
Like,
damn.
yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah, the crowd's trying to help him up to his feet now. His legs are spaghetti. Yeah, no, he got fucked up. Yeah, so where to curb stomped him.
Nice,
Yeah, nice. Good job,
nice,
Werder.
nice. Yeah, right.
Um,
That's better than a soccer kick. But anyway, coming way back to Clay Guida.
Yeah, Guida
And, Michael
versus
Michael
Johnson.
It's the same thing with Frankie and Sandhagen, dude. My heart is with Guida, but Johnson, his striking is too good, and his wrestling, period, is too good. I feel like he's going to stuff Guida's takedowns, and he's going to outstrike him. I don't think he'll put him away, but I think that he's just going to frustrate Guida with his own, style and game plan.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, then again, we've seen Michael Johnson do that for 3 rounds straight and then just get cleaned. Remember, who was that bald guy that put Ricardo Lamas away? I cannot remember his name, but Jeremy Stevens knocked him out.
Talking about Emmett?
Yes, Emmett, Josh Emmett.
Yeah.
Yes, Josh Emmett. Probably one of the most beautiful overhands I've ever seen. I mean, it stiffened him up, Terry Adams style. Michael
Yeah,
Johnson.
he knocked him out 4 minutes, 14 seconds into the third.
Into the third when Johnson was dominating that fight, But man, I mean, that was, and I don't know. I think Johnson has fought since then, but I don't know.
Oh yeah. Johnson fought against Ray.
Ray Borg?
No, last name is Ray.
Oh, Stevie Ray Vaughn. That's his nickname. No, that's his nickname.
I don't know.
It's something like that. But yeah, it's just so it's kind
Stevie
of a
Ray. No,
toss-up.
you're right. Braveheart.
Yeah, Stevie Ray.
Yeah, Stevie Ray
uh,
beat him by decision, and then he fought. Let me see here. Who else did he fight? God damn it, UFC with your just way too many analytics. I just want the record of this man. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Who's your pick, man? Michael Johnson or Clay Guida?
Man, if I was a betting man, like I'd say, I'd take Johnson.
I'm gonna go Guida just because I'm not betting.
Yeah.
I'm not betting.
said-
The fuck do I have
Well, I
to
mean,
lose then?
there's 2 parts. There's always been 2 parts of predictions for me. Even when it was me and Tommy way back in the day bullshit.
Yep.
It was like, hey, man, Rex. Sorry, man. Dogs jumping.
All right, yeah, dude. Check out UFC Volkov, Overeem versus Volkov. Me and Kurt will be watching it.
I know I will. Watch it in VR, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that shit in VR, man. It's gonna be dope as hell.
It's going to be chilling.
I'll have to figure out a way
right.
that I can get some footage out of that without getting copyright strikes.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm telling you, Alistair and Volkov, man, that's going to be a good fight. I'm really looking forward to that. Volkov style, I mean, look what he did to Verdum. Verdum couldn't take him down, and he TKO'd the shit out of Verdum. We actually knocked him out. Couple big knees, put him away with the straights. So, we've seen it happen to Alistair before. Let's see if it happens again.
So let's transition over to this lightweight title picture here. Gaethje went on record not too long ago. This guy, dude, he said, "Look, I love Gaethje, all right, but he says if Conor gets the next title shot, I'll quit the UFC." Look,
Well, I mean, he's probably trying to strong arm the UFC
Yeah.
in a way, But the thing is, he has the right to. Look what he's been doing. I mean, he fucking took out Ferguson.
Yes.
I mean, dude, And the thing is, Connor, he doesn't deserve a rematch or title fight or anything like that. It's
Why?
like even
Why?
I mean, even Chael Sonnen, even his light faded out. Even he couldn't talk his way to a third title fight because they gave him 2 title fights.
Yeah.
Chael Sonnen lost and then got another title fight just because he's Chael Sonnen and talked a bunch of shit. But Conor McGregor, you can't lose all these fights and lose these big fights and then keep expecting title shots when you have people like Gaethje and like Oliveira and like Michael Chandler. You can't hold that division up for so long just because you're Conor McGregor. You're gonna have to go back down and fight your way back up from the sports perspective. But even now, his stardom is growing a little old, man.
No, it's not. Here's the problem. 2 things. A, that statement's not fair to Dustin Poirier. Poirier.
No, I didn't mention Poirier.
Yeah, Dustin Poirier deserves all the paydays that man can get. And that means
paydays,
huh?
Paydays can't interject with like
at the end of the day,
fights.
The UFC is a promotion. That promotion needs to make money, and the money is going to be in a trilogy fight for the title. Now, listen. There's a couple ways. Look, I get it from a sports purist, from the purist of sports and respecting the division and the rankings. There, you can say, hell no, Conor. You're number 6 in the division. There's 5 guys ahead of you for that title that deserve it before you. Yes. On the flip side, Conor and Poirier are now 1-1. They're tied. 1-1. Okay? And at the end of the day, Conor's still a huge draw. People are not coming out of that fight saying, you know what, I'm done watching Conor fights. Dustin Poirier.
I think his stock took a little hit on that knockout.
A little hit, yes, but when you are the guy that puts asses in seats more than anybody else, a little hit. Who's a bigger draw, would you say, right now? Now that Conor's lost, who's a bigger draw than him?
Man, I'd probably just Izzy.
And even then, I doubt it. Izzy tries.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that mainstream appeal.
Izzy does try.
He tries.
He does.
I'll give him that, man. He's trying. Conor's a star.
I mean, yeah, you're right though. Even Stipe, Izzy. So no, oh my God. I mean, you God damn it, you do prove a good point from from an entertainment perspective. But it's like, think of it though. What if Conor loses again? What if his fire like burns out almost like like Anderson's did or Chuck's
what if it
did?
burn? Would you rather have a star like his fire burn out in a trilogy title fight or fighting some guy that's ranked in the top 10, maybe below the top 5, above the top 5? No, you say, okay, Conor, you might be on a skid.
I think he should fight probably somebody in the top 5, not top 10, but maybe like 6 or 7. You know what I mean? Get him that knockout win. Put him against put him against Chandler. I think that he'd do good against Chandler. And God, I mean, that would draw.
It would.
And maybe put Poirier, Oliveira. But I don't know. They're taking risks.
I just want to dissect the statement.
They're taking risks, but I mean, give Conor that chance to get a knockout win, to get his flame back going, and then set up that trilogy fight with Poirier. Bam, biggest fight ever. Instead of just hopping right back into it, give him the chance to kind of like bam, spark that flame back up. Call Poirier out after the fight. Show that he deserves the rematch. Bam, biggest rematch ever.
I got you. No, I got you. And I agree, that's great booking. What I'm concerned about here, very, very specifically, is the statement that Gaethje says, if Conor gets this fight, I quit. And I think that's extremely selfish and unfair.
Went off the rails. But I mean, Gaethje has earned it though.
What I'm saying is,
Gaethje has earned the right to be sitting behind that door waiting for it to open.
Who is he to tell Poirier, the champion, in my opinion, the unsung champ, that Gaethje, that the Poirier doesn't get another payday? The Poirier's earned it.
It's just a payday.
But that's
At the end of the day, Poirier is still a fighter in the rankings in the division. You know, he's like I said, at the end of the day, he's expected to fight, you know, the appropriate matches that the UFC deems fit. I mean, payday is one thing, but but UFC from an entertainment perspective, I understand why they would want to fit Conor in there. But Conor, the thing is, Gaethje right now and Poirier, they're in the green right now. Their stock is going up. Conor, man, that was a bad look for that last one. And to get an immediate rematch, I don't think that would be nearly as profitable, not even ranking wise, but profitable as maybe one of them both. Even if Conor sits out,
no,
have Poirier fight Gaethje.
You see,
because Poirier and Gaethje, because Khabib's not going to come back. That
exactly.
title
No, that's exactly it.
Poirier and
not going to
Gaethje is the fight to make. At the end of the day, Poirier and Gaethje is the fight to make. At worst comes to worst, give Conor the winner, whatever. Or if Poirier loses, bam, that sets up a rematch with Poirier and McGregor.
Yeah, but UFC is going to want to capitalize on that money, and that's where my head's at. The belt gets stripped. Both the guys do their time off to recover. Belt comes back. Boom, belt's on the line. There's money. Trilogy. There's more money. The writing's on the wall here.
The trilogy, man. I want it to happen just as much as everybody else does, but I just think that giving Conor the immediate rematch is just a blemish on it. From a sports purist, I get it. What, 7 years ago?
No, I get it.
It's one thing if it was last year, like DC and Miocic. You know what I mean?
But this is also the same company that allowed Chael Sonnen, who hadn't had a fight in the light heavyweight division for years.
You're right.
And not to mention
That's why
his
I brought
previous
that up.
outings were losing effects. He was tapped out by Forrest Griffin in a triangle. Okay? This is the same company that allowed Chael to get the title shot against Jones because they knew they were going to make money. Okay?
I would not be surprised if I saw Dustin and McGregor announced. But how long are they going to wait? Because if that
6 months.
Let's be real, let's but how do you, and that also comes into question too. How do you think McGregor went back to his camp? What do you think he was thinking?
There's a lot.
Are you because there's I think two major things for me. It's either one of two. It's either one, like, man, I think I may be on my way out of this, you know, because he's had a good run. Dude, he fought Mayweather. He's had a great run in the UFC. You know, we don't know if Conor even believes in himself that he can still do this anymore.
His camp wouldn't come out and call for the title shot if Conor didn't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
Have they officially come out and said they wanted immediate?
Yeah, his coaches said immediately following the fight, let's do the trilogy for the belt.
Yeah.
We got 1-1. Let's do the trilogy for that vacant belt.
For the belt. And it is, I mean, let's be honest. That belt is vacant. I mean, I don't know what Khabib's doing right now. Khabib, because I love the guy.
Khabib said he's not going to jam it up.
I remember that, but it hasn't been officially announced yet. But that being said, I feel like they're actually waiting because I don't think Khabib's
they were waiting for Conor and Poirier.
I think they're going to wait for the announcement. Be like, bam, because they're going to do it one after another. They're going to be like, bam, all right, Khabib has officially, vacated the title.
And then follow it up. Here's the fight.
Day, if not the next day, bam, here we go.
Here's the fight, the trilogy. It's the trilogy. You agree with me, no matter what, like whether you like it or not. That's the fight.
That is the fight to make.
That is the fight to make from a promotion standpoint.
From a promotion, but the thing is, me, ever since I've been watching MMA, from competitive point of view, it's like I've always cared about rankings, but the UFC doesn't really. It's like they're like 30% concerned about the rankings.
It depends on who's making money in that division. If no one's making money, we'll do it by rank.
But honestly, Gaethje has a great point, though. You know, like, dude, if I was Gaethje, I would be saying the same thing. Like, what are you doing?
No,
You know, I've been putting these guys away. I am the showstopper. My nickname is the highlight reel,
what
and
Gaethje needs to do
own
is
up
he
to
needs
it.
to fight. He needs to fight Oliveira, in my opinion. He needs to fight Oliveira to set up the number one contender for the winner of that match. I get it, man. Listen,
No. I'm actually agreeing with you.
yeah,
I'm agreeing with you.
I get it. I get it from a rankings standpoint. You give it to the number one guy if that's all you
That's
care
just
about.
the next best thing they can do. You're right.
Yeah.
That's just the next best thing.
No,
they can
you do the
Then again,
trilogy to cash in.
And I guess you can't give Michael Chandler that much because it's like, you know, we get it. All right, you were the champ of Bellator, but you got knocked out, and now you're in UFC. But, you know, you're an elite fighter.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, Chandler doesn't. So what? Man, no. I just thought of Chandler and Ferguson, Oliveira, Gaethje, Connor, and Poirier all on the same card. Biggest card ever.
Yeah, man.
But that's too many lightweights. But
I know.
I think those are the matches to make. Because Chandler did, bursting on the scene, knocking out Hooker with the clean left hook. You know, he deserves to be put right in there in the spotlight. And other than those four guys, you know, I can't think of another fighter that Chandler really, you know, deserves that wouldn't be a step down.
Yeah, and not only that, Poirier goes on to state some more stuff here in regards to the whole thing between Poirier and McGregor. Obviously, Dana White's position in this was he wanted McGregor to beat Poirier so you can set up the lucrative rematch against Khabib. But now he's forced. Yeah,
you know, the UFC wanted McGregor to win that fight.
Yeah, so MMAfighting.com, who got an interview with Gaethje, Gaethje said, you know, commenting on the fact that since Poirier beat McGregor, Dana now wants this lucrative rematch for the title, while suggesting that Poirier fight Michael Chandler instead, or Gaethje fight, or no, excuse me. Khabib back suggesting Poirier fight Chandler. Let's just get onto the fucking statement. I'm getting confused here trying to read and talk at the same time.
Well, I know Oliveira just turned down a fight against Michael Chandler. He turned down a short notice fight.
Yeah, so here's
they wanted them to fight on short notice, but he turned it down. So it's all a mix, dude.
Yeah,
all of these
no.
killers.
Poirier knocking out Connor really fucked things up for a lot of people.
Oh, it did.
Yes.
It did. And that's the thing. That's why we can sit here and speculate like this. Is because it's like all these guys are deserving of title number one contender shots, if not title shots. But it's like, what are you doing?
But here's Gaethje, man. Gaethje's fired up. So this is what Gaethje's quoted saying. He says, the reason why this is happening with Poirier is because Dana White literally used. He tried to. He did. He fucked Tony Ferguson and Dustin. Gaethje told MMA Junkie. He said, fuck you guys. I'm going to take Chandler, and he's going to be this backup for this title fight. That all happened 3 or 4 months ago. We're human. We have principles. We have morals, and that's what it is. That's why Dustin Poirier is saying he won't fight Chandler. Well, I would assume. I don't talk to the guy. And then he goes on to say, when Dana White did that, he didn't just shit on Poirier. He didn't just shit on Tony Ferguson. He shit on every fucking fighter that does it right and that wants to do it right and wants integrity to the sport. And that's why Dustin Poirier is talking like he is. So, yeah, obviously Gaethje here is on the side of the rankings purist.
Fucking preach, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That was, yes, I 1000% agree. Because he's right, dude. I mean, fuck, what do you got to do? You know?
Later on, he says, that's just the truth. You remember how upset Tony and Dustin were whenever they didn't put that fight together because there was probably $50,000 to $100,000 off one of their contracts. They didn't put that contract together, Gaethje continued. Those guys were ready to fight. They put it in the public that and that shit is not right. I don't like that as a fighter. I don't like that as being an employee. Well, I'm no fucking employee. But being somebody that offers my services to a company, that's not cool. You don't want to see that. So I just know
Just
that's
your
why
services,
Dustin
but
is saying
your
what he's
life.
saying. And that's why he won't fight Chandler for the title right now, because they did that shit in October. And I don't know it, man, but I'm pretty sure. He's referring to Poirier's not going to fight anybody for this title because they're going to set him up with Conor and get that payday going. You know, and this whole title.
You know, Poirier's probably like, yo, yeah, I'm on easy street right now. I'm calling the shots,
Yeah.
at least from my angle. You know,
Fuck yeah, dude. Get paid. Get paid, man.
I mean, hey, man, money's money. You know, it's like the old pitch meetings I just watched earlier. It's like, why would you do that? Why? It's like money. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I mean, from the fan perspective of it, I mean, yeah, you can understand. Yeah, I like the rankings. I like the actual sport of it. But hey, man, you know, it's a business. It's an entertainment
Get
business.
the shit out of the way,
you know?
man. That's what it is.
But
You get it out of the way.
that being said, all right, fuck it. We'll leave this. We'll end this podcast off with who do you think will take it in the third? You think Conor will come out a little bit more prepared? Because I think the leg kicks or the calf kicks rather, were a big factor in that fight. And Conor was tagging him pretty good early on. Going
by my memory, which isn't the best, it's easier for me to remember fights that Conor lost and came back and won, hence Nate Diaz. Conor does have this inept ability to, without being objective, just look at the things he did wrong and correct them. He did that with Nate immediately following the fight. He knew what he did wrong, you know, and he came back and it wasn't a walk in the park, you know. He came back and won against Nate. He said he had done the same thing with Khabib. Now, we'll never know how true that is, but Conor was very confident that he knew how to come back and beat Khabib. I have to give it to Conor, man. I have to give it to him in the rematch. The man is a genius. I think he knows how to make the necessary tweaks. If his body is still there, you know what I mean? If his body is still there, if he still has the reaction timing, everything that he normally has, I think he has the experience to turn it around in a rematch.
Okay. That I mean, it makes sense because I agree and disagree, because the whole Khabib thing, I mean, even if he had a rematch with Khabib, he would still lose that rematch because he knew that Khabib was going to come out and take him down in the fight. He couldn't stop it. I don't think he could stop it in the second fight. But the thing was with Poirier, I don't think that he thought that Poirier was going to come out and take him down for almost an entire round. And that's really what one of the two things that sealed the deal for Poirier. When Poirier took McGregor down and held him down, you saw an immediate different McGregor when he got back up. When McGregor, you know, when his whole like tired face is, he does not have a good poker face.
Yeah.
You can tell when that guy's tired, you know, and after, you know, when he got up and in that later round, you know, you could tell that takedown really weared against him. But
it is kind of the blueprint, isn't now kind of the same thing with Pettis. How Pettis was, you wrestle him you wrestle him early on and then
strike with him.
Yeah.
And that's the thing though. I think if McGregor is more expecting of the takedown in the second fight, I think that he can do better.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But Poirier,
he needs to fight like he needs to channel a little bit of what Anderson Silva did. Just start slower, I think. Mm-hmm.
Because he was tagging Poirier. He was.
Yeah.
He was tagging him. He was getting his shots in, but I think that takedown and obviously the calf kicks, you know, Conor couldn't really hit him and, you know, get his momentum like he wanted to. So in this second fight, if McGregor goes back and looks at that first fight, analyzes it, I think he'll be better in the second fight. But I still think Poirier's going to beat him, man. Poirier's a dog. You got to beat Poirier Khabib style. to put him away.
Yeah.
Other than Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson did knock him dead, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Let's knock out these last three topics rapid fire succession, okay? Because we're hitting that.
Jesus.
We're hitting that hour mark here, like right now.
Same for next week.
Nah, just you got the current news. These aren't really that big of topics. These more or less justify instant reactions. Okay,
fair enough.
So Stephen A. Smith, famous sports commentator, and
oh god, that I don't take anything that guy says seriously. So
famous sports commentator Stephen A. Smith, or broadcaster.
It looks like he's getting tased whenever he tries to emphasize anything.
Yeah. He has gone on record now recently saying that he's not a fan of seeing women fight. He doesn't like women boxing. He went out there. Well, he said this. And the first half of his statement, I agree with. The first half, I agree with. He's a pretty popular
guy, man. That's going to be it's not going to bode well with him.
I paraphrase because instead of well, actually, here he goes. He says, talking about women in combat sports. He says, first of all, I love it. I think, or no, just in sports in general, I love it. I think there's an awful lot of women out there who are incredibly qualified to do the jobs they're doing.
This is like somebody heckling somebody's comedy and starting the idea out with like, look, I have a great sense of humor. Okay. I have the best sense of humor, but your material, blah, 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 was just blah, blah, blah. Now, that's exactly how he's starting out. He's trying to, smooth it over a little bit before he fucking.
Where I jump off the bandwagon is where they try to engage physically. For example, I don't ever want to see a woman boxing a man. I don't ever want to see that. I don't want to see a woman in the UFC fighting a man, even though there are some women out there that will kick a dude's butt. I agree with that. I'm not for men and women mixing it up in legit combat sports.
I'm not either, but that's not what we're talking about here.
But he goes on to say, when I think about pugilistic sports, I don't like to see women involved in that at all. I just don't like it. I wouldn't.
What did he say? Pugilistics?
Yeah. I wouldn't pass. I wouldn't promote logistically or legislating laws to prohibit them from doing so, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to see them punching each other in the face. I don't want to see women fighting in the octagon and stuff like that. That's just me. So he says here, he's like, I'm not for banning it. I just don't like it. So he's trying to play like this whole, I'm not trying to oppress you by saying I don't want you to have a job, but at the same time, you're not going to make me a fan. So he goes on to say some more, but yeah, dude, fucking Stephen A. Smith, man, not a fan of female fighting.
Well, first, I got to look up what fucking pugilistic means.
That's what you took away from that.
Because what kind of asshole just throws that in there when all he's doing, he's trying to sound not smart, but he's like trying to make an educated argument. But really,
pugilistic. I don't even know what it means either. So hold on, because I'm a dumb shit as well.
Skill, practice, and sport of fight. What, bro, you could have just said fucking fighting. It literally just means fighting. You pretentious asshole. All right, this is exactly what I was talking about with this guy, dude. It's like all right, look, because he was with his people, and writing like, all right, how can I gotta sound smart in this argument because I'm about to say some dumb shit. Hey man, the guy's got his own show. He's on fucking ESPN doing his own thing. I mean, hey, whatever. Yeah. But still, no.
What's your take on it, man? What's your take on Stephen Smith not liking women fighting?
I mean, well, obviously it's sexist.
Think so? Even though he comes out and says, it's like, I don't want you to not have a job. I just don't like it.
Exactly. That's like saying like, I don't know. It's like I don't think. No, that's racist too.
Next story.
It's like I don't think that women should draw. It's like I don't think that it should be not legal, but I just don't think women should drive.
I got you.
It's like, bro, what the? No, that's sexist.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
Why shouldn't women fight?
Yeah, leave it alone, bro.
There are people just like that. Yeah, it's like it's.
If you don't feel strong enough to try and ban it, don't fucking talk about your displeasure with it.
Yeah, it's like it's like someone saying like I'm not racist, but
sit
like,
on
oh,
sit on one
shit,
side of the
okay, what are
fence.
we-
Get on one
what are
side
we
of the
about
fence.
to
Don't
get?
play at both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, but at the end of the day, I mean, it is sexist. But then again, that guy is one of those outrageous personalities, like Alex Jones. Alex Jones, I learned that he just goes on there and just says shit to say it. He'll know people will like be like get reactions. So I don't know if I actually believe he believes that, but I mean, hey man, he's got to pull viewers. You know, he has to be controversial.
Yeah, being on Twitter, I will say that you do
That's
see
all it
that.
is.
You see people like, look, you are achieving a certain level of fandom just because of your
outrageous
contrarian
and you
nature and
say-
your outrageous statements. Yeah, and
Yeah, you say controversial shit.
you and I, we sit on this fucking soapbox where like we'll never do that, but then again, we get like 5 views where some jackass says stupid shit and he's fucking has a level of fame that we haven't achieved yet. So who are we to say what they're doing wrong?
I mean, shit.
Yeah, here we are talking about Stephen A. Smith on the fucking podcast. I'll say that at the end of the day.
God damn it.
Yep.
Yeah, we're talking about we're making him more famous.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So here you go.
It's like when I go to unintentionally talk about other podcasts or shows or comedians on here, like, no, fuck them. This is mine.
This is mine.
They don't get a free plug.
Yo,
Fuck
so
that.
some disheartening stuff, Kurt. I'm gonna get your first reaction here. Okay, this
Oh,
is
God.
breaking
So
news.
We're going sad now.
Broke actually 7:30 tonight, literally just 3 hours ago. UFC vet James Vick says he's fought his final fight. Details injuries from knockout loss at ex MMA. He's been released from UFC, fought in a different promotion, got knocked out again.
I saw
and-
that.
and
I didn't
apparently
see
announced his
video, but I
retirement.
saw pictures, but I thought it was actually an old fight of his.
No, apparently he
No
got knocked out recently
no
against Andre
shit.
Filo. I want to say I'm probably pronouncing
Andre
the last
Feely?
name.
Andre Touchy Feely?
It's
Well, that was his nickname.
Filho. Andre
Oh, never mind.
Filio
Never
or
mind.
something.
Yeah.
But
There's
apparently
there
he-
is a guy named Andre Feely, and his nickname is Touchy.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
It's a long article and a very long Instagram post, but
Damn.
I believe he suffered a broken orbital, and he's realized that the sport of MMA is not a permanent sport. You have a time to get in and a time to get out,
Yeah.
and he believes that it's the time for him to get out. He's lost.
Well, I mean, he suffered a lot of. I mean, James Hooker, Justin
He's
Gaethje
got knocked out
him
in his last
dead.
3 fights, right?
Yeah.
He
I
got
mean,
knocked
yeah,
out by,
Justin Gaethje knocked him out
and then he
and
got
then,
knocked out by
Dan Hooker.
not
Dan
only
Hooker
well,
put
okay,
him out.
fine, not just Dan Hooker, who's the creative guy, that just fought recently. He's got the knockout from the bottom with the hammer fist. He knocked Vic out with an
Oh, no
up kick.
shit. No shit. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he knocked
he
him out
did.
with,
I
with
remember
the
that.
up kick.
Vic was doing good that fight, too.
Yeah,
And that's sad, too, because I remember Vic had a very strong uprising in the UFC.
so yeah, I think
he
he's
was
the closest.
he was
thing
one
to
of those
Liddell.
guys that he was on the mic that was like, yo, because nobody would. There was a point where nobody would fight him, and he was calling people out. He was like, I'm gonna be champ, I'm gonna be double champ, blah blah blah, and then just Gaethje.
He was on such a dude. I mean,
He was on a
talk
very
about
fast,
just like
fast and great rise. So
Mhm.
seeing that, man, it is sad because I wasn't even a fan of him. He did talk a lot of shit, and I was like, we'll see. But
the executioner, man.
but seeing how good he was doing, seeing the monster that he was to
Damn, it's
being
gonna piss
released
me off
and-
that I can't think of the guy that. Nico Price, that's who it was.
Nico Price, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Nico Price knocked him out
yes,
with
just
the up
fought
kick.
Cerrone. I remember that. Yes,
So I think Vic, if I recall correctly, I think that means Vic has lost by knockout either his
4 out of
last
his
4
past-
fights or at least 4 out of 5 fights.
yeah, it's got to be 4 to 5. Yeah,
Same thing like
Hey,
Liddell,
man.
man. It's
well, Liddell. I mean,
he got Liddelled.
yeah. Let's hope he just doesn't come back in 10 years and fight Gaethje again.
Oh my god. Yeah, terrible
Damn it,
news,
Liddell!
man.
Why did I have to watch that? Because
Yeah.
obviously I had to watch it. Fucking
Yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya putting on some shitty,
Couldn't be bothered to learn the fighters
he
on his
polished
roster.
up the turd of that promotion pretty good. I'll tell you that much. But he lost so
Dude.
much money.
I
He
didn't realize
lost so
it,
much
but
money that night.
I went back and watched it, man. He couldn't even be bothered to learn the fighters on his card.
Mm-hmm.
His debut card, didn't know. He went out there and said, he's like, obviously I didn't have enough time to learn all of these guys' names, but they're really good and we're going to showcase them.
Bro,
Could
you don't have 10 minutes to look at a piece of paper.
Fucking insult.
Yeah, can you imagine going up to the guy and be like, going to shake his hand, be like, oh, Mr. De La Hoya, blah, blah, blah. It's like, who are you? You want an autograph? You're like, I'm fighting in your co-main event.
Yeah.
Like, I fought in the UFC because they had a few UFC fighters fight.
Yeah.
There. But it was like, dude, it's like, what the? Like, all right, I'll talk to you after. Talk to you later.
Some terrible shit, man.
Well,
Let's end this with a good note, man. Let's end this with our official Super Bowl picks because
oh Jesus.
yeah, the next time that we shoot will be after the Super Bowl has taken place. Of course, we are talking about Tampa Bay.
Well, I was just about to say you and fucking Tampa Bay. I mean,
Yeah,
well,
dude,
look, man,
I'm totally
man,
dude.
just because Tom Brady's on Tampa doesn't mean I'm a fan of Tampa.
Yo, it means
I
I
mean,
am. I'm fucking Tampa Bay all the way, baby.
Look, thing is,
I had 20 years. 20 years I was able to gloat and say I'm not a bandwagoner. I'll be a bandwagoner for a year or two while Tom Brady's on there. You know?
I mean, I'm like halfway a bandwagoner
Oh,
because
no,
I
I'm
like
a
I like the
bandwagoner.
Chiefs.
Dude, I've got no shame.
No, I like the Chiefs. I'm not even on the Bucks. I like the Chiefs.
For real?
Oh yeah. I've liked the Chiefs for a few years, man. Mahomes, he's the future, dude. He really is.
yeah.
That guy is something different. He's something different. So, the thing is, Tampa.
It's like if Anderson Silva
Tampa
fought for
even-
Bellator, I'm going to buy a Bellator shirt.
Oh,
You know.
you're damn right. I mean, but we're talking Anderson.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we're talking
If
Tom
Gino's-
Brady, son.
I mean, but it's different with teams. Like I'm Pats all day.
No, Pat's is.
I
dude.
will cry with them. All right.
I've
It's
never
all right.
I've never been a Patriots fan and another fan. I am now for the first time in my life.
That's the thing. I can't do it. I thought about it, but I was like, no, it just doesn't feel right.
Fuck that, man. Tom Brady. You got Tom Brady, Gronkowski, Antonio Brown. Fuck it. How could you not be a fan?
But see, the thing is, so my prediction, I'll say, is, I mean, Tampa, their defense is all right, but Tampa Bay's offense will not be able to keep up with not the 49ers, the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I mean, Brady threw two or three interceptions in the second half. I think it was three.
No, that's true. I think he threw 3 actually.
of the Green Bay game.
I do want to say I believe he threw 3.
Rodgers literally just could not do anything with the ball after that. You give the Chiefs 1 or 2 interceptions along with their high-powered offense. I mean, Mahomes is going to run away on you. In every single game, every single playoff game that Mahomes has been in, he's been down by, I think, double digits. And then just ran that train through him, dude. He's something different.
He's how we used to refer to the Patriots, like as a fourth quarter team.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If Mahomes and the Chiefs show up to Super Bowl Sunday, firing on all cylinders,
I think the defense is
Tampa Bay's got little to no chance.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just don't think that Tampa Bay can keep up with the offense of the Chiefs.
So, are you officially picking the Kansas City Chiefs to two-peat the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, I think Mahomes is going to do a repeat, and I dare say they're going to be back in the playoffs next year.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. So that means we now have a difference of opinion.
Which means
I was trying to think of a clever statement, and I totally dropped the ball.
We have to do some type of
some punishment. Whoever's wrong. If my boy Tom Brady, who obviously you're not a fan of, beats your boy Patrick.
He left
Mahomes.
us, all right. He left us in the dirt like a dog. We loved him. We made him. We loved you, Tom. You just left us. Think of Edelman. You know how long he was crying for? All right, it got awkward. It got weird.
So,
Edelman,
what's the punishment?
I don't know, dude. I got some habanero hot sauce. Like you pour it in my nose or something. I don't know, man.
Eat something hot on air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Eat a habanero
Yep.
pepper on
Eat
air.
a habanero on it. I mean, take like a.
Yes. And that's
You're
how
going
you
for
kick off the show.
All right.
No.
All right.
No. That's how you end the show because you don't want the show to fucking
No,
drag.
you got. Okay, say when we got like 30 minutes left, because I want to, or you're gonna want to see the suffering.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I got you. Okay. Either way, we'll eat something hot on air. The following, because that gives us enough time to get to the grocery store and buy a habanero fucking pepper.
Yeah, and you got to break the seal on the package. Everything. Bam,
Everything.
Show it. Break the seal.
Got you. It's done. It is a done deal. That's
Done
the
deal.
wager, my brother. All right. My Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on your
Bay.
Mahomes Chiefs. Is there any clever
Mahomes, man.
pun for
I
Kansas
know.
City?
I haven't really thought of anything
No.
yet.
Anyways, loser eats a habanero pepper on air on the next episode of Hammers
I'm not
Lounge.
good with hot stuff. I'm just gonna say that.
All right, man. Thank you guys for joining us. By the way, once again, head on over to youtube.com/ wait, there's no slash yet. We don't have a custom URL. Just search for Hammers Lounge and make sure to hit
We'll be
that.
up there. You'll find us.
Yeah, like, subscribe, notification bell. If you're a fan of pro wrestling, support myself over at Smack Draw Podcast. Check out that show too. I cover a WWE
He's all over it, man.
all over it, man. Anything you want to plug, Kurt, before we go?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good. We'll see you next week. Every Tuesday, baby.
Hey, y'all have a good one. Peace. I didn't realize this is the wrong outro. This is the wrong outro. What the hell? Oh.